stroke smoke machine. We've got it on here. This is an old Martin 700. It's about 12 years old, and I do this regularly, so it keeps it on the road and going. What we're going to do, this is the reservoir where the smoke fluid is in here. We're going to disconnect it. Here's the pipe here. It's quite a short pipe, so I tend to have to hold it into this little bowl, which I've got distilled water in it. What you can add to distilled water is 10% white vinegar, and if it's really gunked up, that will definitely help clear it out. So distilled water, which is fine generally, but you can add 10%. Now it takes a little while for it to get rid of the smoke. Now the water's feeding through, nice and clear. What we do, we reconnect. And now feed the smoke fluid with the smoke machine. Is something that happens often is the nozzle gets very clogged up. So after it's warmed up and it is quite hot, it was quite good. This was supplied with a pin with a slight filing edge on it. Dog's barking. One tip though, be careful when you're doing that, because the nozzle is very, very hot, and so is this pin now, so watch what you're doing. So this is a tip if you carry these black type of speaker stands or lighting stands. If you set up for a nice wedding and you've got a prominent scratch on the front somewhere, and it does happen unfortunately, just get yourself a black marker pen. Within 10 minutes you won't even be able to see it. Okay, here's another tip. If you use duct tape, or gaffer tape as we call it sometimes here in the UK, on your trussing or your light stands or your speaker stands, and it's been there some time, it's quite difficult to get the residue of the stickiness off afterwards. You can buy specialist chemicals to do it, but they're quite expensive. But you don't need to. Here's the tip. Just a normal household polish. This is just a cheap multi-surface polish that you would like spray on your wood or your leather sofa or something like that. Spray that on, leave it for a few minutes, in fact work it in to the stickiness, and then very, very soon it will just wipe away. You might have to apply it a couple of times, but I've had very successful results. Well, a few small but I hope helpful tips for you. You're going to have some important gigs coming up. Please check all your pro audio and lighting equipment before you go out.